latest reflection on the branch of the Zu-Handen or the two-hand question. I would boast to say that this is the simplest and most correct statement of the Heideggerian view. There's three terms: the present to hand, the Zu-Handen, Zu-Handen, which stands in the middle, and then there's a kind of Mitsein. The presence means simply that we would regard things as standing and looking at them. So if a car is, let's say, trying to parallel park, and then it's trying not to hit the vehicle in front or behind it, this is a present to hand situation, regarded that way. On the other side of the Zu-Handen, so Zu-Handen's in the middle of these two. On the other hand, there's this Mitsein, which is a connection which can only be with another being or another Dasein. So, for instance, say some extreme and unusual shared experience at a concert or something, which is only properly speakable with the people that were there with you, because they, so far as they experienced the same thing. Something like that. That would be using language as a way to reference something which can only be brought out as an experience between people who had the experience together, and so that nobody else can quite know what that language game is about, to use Wittgenstein's term, language game. That would be the pure kind of Mitsein situation. Zu-Handen simply is standing in between both, so that there's a reaching out, so that touch is the province only of beings sort of like Dasein, or beings that are beings, and Heidegger says the parallel parking situation doesn't involve touch. The car could hit the other car, but it wouldn't touch it, because there's nothing inside. There's nothing dwelling. There's no dwelling involved. So Zu-Handen means almost the same thing as dwelling. And then on the other side, being, which is dwelling, or in the Zu-Handen, can also have these Mitsein situations in, as it were, becoming pure language, I suppose. Language as, one could say, in the metaphor of a writer, we could think of language as being like the acids used in a printing plate, and then the present to hand world like the printing plate. But as Mishima points out, this is not really an adequate analogy, because language is not, whereas the acids, say the acids, let's do the other analogy, the acids in the stomach, they're both really of the same, they both can be regarded as present to hand objects, essentially of the same stuff in this Dennett sense, whereas language is basically not of the same stuff as the present to hand. So we can at least fearlessly claim to have made the most posteriori or latest statement on that issue of the Zu-Handen.